They rightly guide the human being, belief, thought, attitude, behavior, and action. Bataba. Ethics is a normative science and a branch of philosophy that deals with what is right and wrong. It contrasts to positive science, which describes the fact, and normative science establishes the standard of what should be done. Human action, capacity to act, and consequence of action fall under the scope of ethics. Ethics deal with human action driven by freedom of will. Determinants of ethics include culture, custom, habit, and law. In absence of ethics, one can lead to negative consequences at individual, social, political, bureaucratic, international, and for example, in an organization, the absence of ethics can be lead to corruption, inefficiency, nepotism, and favoritism, ultimately harming. Relevance of ethics is seen in relation to administration, society, and environment. It is also important in solving ethical dilemma. In administrative decision making, consider factors like social justice, humanitarian concern, and accountability in governance. The study of ethics has theoretical and applied dimension. The theoretical dimension include descriptive ethics, metaethics, dealing with the origin of ethics, and normative ethics. Applied ethics involve applying ethical principle to specific field like medical ethics, sports ethics, and business ethics. Then the human value. Human value guide human value rightly guide human belief, thought, attitude, behavior, and action. The role of family, society, and educational institute is crucial in inculcating value. Value can be categorized into terminal value, instrumental value, intrinsic value, moral value, positive, immoral way, and amoral, and strong, weak value, core and peripheral. Example of type value include constitutional value, social value, economical value, professional value. Society, culture, education, extent, society and culture play a role. Family play a significant role in shaping value. For example, a loving and caring father can foster a more self-confident daughter, while authoritarian parenting might lead to lack of self-confidence. Society includes value through various components like friends, relative, culture, religion, legal, judicial, and professional and media. However, peer pressure can sometimes lead to adoption of value. Education institutes are also vital in value inculcation as respect in the Vidya Didati Vinay, knowledge gives humanity. So, ethics in private and public relationship. There is key difference between ethics in private and public relations. They can be understood as based on parameters such as basis. Private ethics are often and moral commitment, while public ethics implies impartiality, equity, and justice. Secrecy, confidentiality is generally valued in private relationship, whereas the transparency is a virtue in public relationship. Dominant ethics. Care ethics emphasize intimacy, love, compassion, responsibility, often dominate private relationship, while justice, ethics, fairness, right, and duty is more important in public relationship. Governing factor. Private are governed by personal ethics, human value, social norms, and religious doctrine. Law, while public relationship guided by constitutional value, code of conduct, and rule of law and ethical principle. However, no relationship is entirely private or public. An overlap, for instance, colleague can become friend. So, value learned in private life, such as compassion and empathy, can infuse an individual action in public duties. Conversely, public life can impact private life both positively and negatively. Stress from work affecting family and strong sense of integrity influencing personal behavior. So, the concept of Rit and Rig. Rit is cosmic order or natural law governing the universe. It embodies truth, righteousness, and rightness. And the violation of Rit lead to chaos. Living in accordance with the Rin means debt and obligation is born with towards different aspect of life. The five types: पितृ ऋण, ऋषि ऋण, अतिथि ऋण, bhuta rin. Fulfilling the rin is essential for balance and ethical life.